A warning, this report from our international correspondent John Sparks contains some flash photography.
Dressed in winter jackets, they looked somewhat bewildered as they entered the arrivals hall at the airport in Bangkok. But the delight and the gratitude soon radiated through. 5 Thai men kidnapped by Hamas on October the 7th had spent 16 months in captivity in Gaza. A test of strength they'd managed to survive. These their first moments on home soil. They were soon embraced by the arms and the hands and cheeks of their loved ones, tears falling from disbelieving eyes, a homecoming many thought impossible. The men had traveled to Israel as farm laborers and were victims of a conflict in which they played no part. One of the 5, Pongsak Thaenna, offered a few words to the media.
We are all very grateful and very happy that we get to return to our homeland. We all would really like to thank you. I don't really know what else to say.
The men were released 10 days ago and flown to a hospital near Tel Aviv. There's one other Thai still unaccounted for. Their government notified the families of all 6 because they didn't know which 5 would be freed. At Suvarnabhumi Airport, the country's foreign minister told the media, "We've never given up. What everybody thought was hopeless has come true today." Driven by poverty, tens of thousands of Thais have found work in Israel as farmhands, and a significant number were caught up in the violence on October 7th. 41 were killed during Hamas's attack, and more than 30 Thai laborers were kidnapped and held captive. The majority were released in November 2023 during a temporary ceasefire in the conflict. 17 men and women on this occasion were able to make the long journey home. And it was time for the 5 Thai men to make the final leg of their journey, the happy culmination to a terrible ordeal. Here are the words of Willis Thaenna. His son Pongsak was one of the captives.
I'm very, very glad. I'm so touched. I was so overwhelmed. I was speechless.
Against all odds, their loved ones had returned, and for everybody at the airport, it looked and felt like a miracle. John Sparks, Sky News.